I want to ask you a few questions. What do you say to that single pregnant woman who might have AIDS, no income, and she needs Daraprim in order to survive? What do you say to her when she has to make that choice? What do you say to her?
On the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is it pronounced Shkreli?
Yes, sir.
You are welcome to answer questions, and not all of your answers are going to subject you to incrimination. Do you understand?
I intend to follow the advice of my counsel, not yours.
He doesn't have to be prodded to tweet a whole lot or to show us his life on that little webcam he's got. So this is a great opportunity if you want to educate the members of Congress about drug pricing or what you called the fictitious case against you, or we can even talk about the purchase of is it Wu-Tang Clan? Is that the name of the album? Name of the group?
Mr. Akedimiks, I regret that I must address our recent interactions in a public setting. Your insistence on attempting to debase my good name have not gone unnoticed, and leave me little choice but to levy a brutal retaliation. Notwithstanding your urban and seemingly aggressive demeanor, I am unmoved by your persona, and in point of fact find your nature amusing. Let me take this time to remind you of several facts. I will turn 34 years old in a few months. Clearly this establishes the notion that I am indeed fully grown, and I will not underestimate this simple but serious assertion, as you seem to be treating me like something else. I am no child, which you will discover shortly. Second, I hail from Brooklyn, the city of Brooklyn, New York. You and your cohorts may not be familiar with this provenance, but I assure you, I have seen and done things which the mere mention of would both frighten you and assess this situation. Finally, I am a man of immense power and wealth. My executives have done extensive research on you, and we fail to understand your perspective in this undertaking you have begun. With that in mind, I must also remind you that I am presently out on bail from recent criminal charges levied against me in federal court. My understanding from my colleagues is that you've never seen the inside of a jail cell. Let me tell you, sir, that you would not do well in such conditions. This may also be a good time to mention that the root of my name, Martin, comes from the word Mars, which is the Roman god of war. In days I was born of and am built for the concept of war, which is not a battle that you are prepared for. Given my recent incarceration, allow me to take note that I have no intention to harm you physically, as my bail status would likely be revoked and this quarrel is distinctly below me. You are no Charlemagne. In a separate but wholly unrelated topic, I do have a vast staff that is employed across our great nation. We are aware of the location at which you sleep on a nightly basis. I regret to inform you that despite my request that my employees refrain from harming you, they are a rowdy and difficult group to control. The mere mention of my name in your video angered these gentlemen significantly. It is important for you to know that these men have significantly longer and more storied alleged criminal histories than myself. They look up to me principally because I give them very gainful employment, and protect me, almost like a general in their army. Again, despite my pleading, they also maintain and brandish an arsenal of legal weapons.
Hey, what's up? This Corinthians. I just had to address this story on Martin Shkreli. This guy fell on the radar. He's over here screwing around in hip-hop. He's just playing. He's like a hip-hop's first millionaire troll. You know, this guy here, white guy, first millionaire white guy troll in hip-hop, I would say. But, you know, just the way the guy approaches everything, if you watch him on his personal channels, you know, he likes to go back and forth as to, you know, why he does this. He likes to get a reaction out of people. I noticed that about this guy. Even his smile, his pompous attitude, and you heard the Congress, the hearing at the beginning of the video, and you could hear his pompous attitude. And I know a lot of y'all who have dealt with the courts that are from the culture or from the urban side of the culture, you know how unfair the courts can be at times, you know, to minorities or whatnot, you know. So an attitude like that is a privilege, you know. And Shkreli, he likes to flaunt that particular privilege, you know, that white privilege. And a lot of you are like, what the fuck, you know, he's up in there, you know, like he's big badass or whatever. you know, up in front of the courts, and then he'll turn around and tell a guy like DJ Akedimiks that, you know, he'll snitch on him. And he tells him he'll call the police. Come on, you know, a guy like you don't have to call the police. If you were in Central Park or anywhere like that, and a black guy wearing say a regular jogging suit, it can be clean. His sneakers can be like spotless. All you have to do is be in like decent attire, business, casual, or whatever. And if any law enforcement saw that interaction, they would think something's up, or maybe you may need their backup. You know, that would be the immediate perception of most. So, you know, don't act like you don't have that ability to get help and not even seek it. You know, don't play us like that. We're not stupid over here. And the mere notion that you'll beef with Ghostface Killer, like, you were lucky to get a response from the God himself. Like, he really gave you a reply. You know, he didn't even have to come off of his, you know, his throne to do that, to thrash you like that. I think it would have been more painful for you to get no response at all. Silence is your worst enemy. That's usually how trolls are, you know. But it's levels to this shit. You can't just go right at Ghostface. You know how many rappers are in line? You know, for a particular rapper with any type of clout or cred to come out and say that he'll slap Ghostface, you know, that'll be something in hip hop. That'll be a moment, you know, because Ghostface would have to address it, because he's not, you know, a play type of guy. And, you know, if that guy has clout or whatever, and then he'll take him serious. But you know, he knows, he said you're on Ritalin. You know, that was funny. That was funny. Now, and that seems, you know, kind of accurate, especially when you watch you on your personal chats. You know, I had to watch a little bit about that to kind of see what makes you tick or whatnot. But yeah, Shkreli, cut it out. And hip hop needs to really cut you out. You know, nobody needs to sell you any more albums. But yeah, that's it on that. I'm out.